Hello, my name's Terry Furlow and I'm here to talk to you about genetically modified food, in vitro meat. Genetically modified food is food that has had changes made to the DNA structure to bring out the best traits in the organism, and in vitro meat is animal flesh grown in a petri dish in a lab. Now this may seem slightly futuristic, but genetically modified food has been with us for a while, and in vitro meat will be upon us this year. But does it appeal to the public? Well, I'm here to find out. A man once said we should escape the absurdity of growing a whole chicken in order to eat the breast or the wing by growing these parts separately under a suitable medium. Who was it? It was Winston Churchill, and he was right. What he was talking about was in vitro meat. In vitro meat is separate pieces of animal flesh, as in just a leg or a wing of a chicken, grown from cells in a petri dish. This method contains no animal cruelty, less environmental damage, minimal exposure to chemicals, and a simplified system of creating the meat. The idea may seem beyond our years, but the first in vitro burger will be served in October 2012. But what do the general public think of this new and futuristic way of feeding the world?
No. No. I have no idea what in vitro meat is.
No, what is it?
Yes, it's test tube grown, well, lab grown meat, yes.
It's growing meat or protein in vats or petri dishes, is that right?
Where they take a protein of an animal and replicate it many times until it forms enough cells to form some flesh.
It's meat that has been grown from a protein that's been created in a petri dish.
I don't really know, I don't see why not. I'd probably give anything a go once, so yeah, I'll give it a go.
I find the idea of meat being grown in a dish quite bizarre, and I don't think I would eat it.
Yeah, I think I would, but I don't, as I say, I don't know the process.
Probably the ethical thing to do.
I think sometimes the way they kill them is a bit inhumane. So.
If I'm going to eat meat, it's going to be good meat.
As long as it doesn't kill me, I'm quite happy.
We wouldn't have animals in boxes being flown all over the world or in crates going in big lorries, causing them stress.
It just doesn't feel right, and it doesn't feel natural to eat meat that's been made like that.
Naturally.
I'd probably say food that's grown naturally because I think it might be a bit more healthy. I mean, there might not be as many risks because you don't really know how it's been grown in the lab, so there might be health risks with that.
Grown naturally, definitely.
It's what I'm used to, is what I've always at. Well, ideally, yeah, naturally.
Now some people have found this idea intriguing, while others have found it unnatural, disgusting and immoral. But what a lot of people didn't know is that the food bought from most supermarkets is already modified. These modifications can increase its edible life, make it more resistant to bacteria and foreign agencies, and they are also able to put drugs in the food to produce vaccines against infectious diseases. And once again, I want to open it to the public to get their opinion on this.
Nope.
Not really, no.
Any food that's tampered with in a lab in any kind of way. So it could be anything, really.
Food that's been, I suppose, it's plant material, generally speaking.
I believe it's when they take traits from one organism and genetically splice those traits into another organism. I'm sure I do eat genetically modified food.
I'm not really bothered by it. I think I probably do that on a daily basis, so it doesn't bother me.
I'm against eating any kind of genetically modified food substances.
I'm pretty sure I do eat GM food. Yeah, I would say, because they do things with tomatoes and things like that, don't they? And I am a sucker for tomatoes.
I wouldn't feel great. I imagine the fruit that I do buy from Sainsbury's is not organic, so I guess the stuff that I do eat, maybe some of it is GM, without me even really realising.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I couldn't, know the best one, but yeah, I'm sure they do. Yeah.
I believe there are products that have genetically modified food in them, yes. Yeah.
In conclusion, it seems that the younger generation are oblivious to what these types of food actually are. And surprisingly, adults know more about this but are still unaware of the process of production. People have expressed their opinions saying that in vitro is more ethical, more humane, but yet it is bizarre and unnatural. Overall, it was a unanimous win for locally and naturally produced food, as most people resist change. On the other hand, maybe these types of food can help solve current hunger problems worldwide and feed hundreds of thousands of people as the world population continues to grow. This is Terry Furlow, thank you for watching, goodbye.